I'm Linda Sousa with Joy in the Journey and lindasousa.com, and I want to talk today about the 3-day refresh. So what is the 3-day refresh? Well, the 3-day refresh is a program that can help you jumpstart your weight loss program or and detoxify and cleanse your body. It's a program that can help you get rid of some of that bulk, lose a few pounds to get into that dress or those jeans that you've been wanting to get back into that, you know, just a little extra bloat and has prevented you from doing. And it's also a great way to kickstart a healthy lifestyle and a healthy, nutritious program, taking better care of yourself. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through the process of my day and my lunch and what I've prepared. So to start, I'm going to grab my little lunch bag. It's pretty easy to do, to prepare and to plan. Any program that you do, whether it's this 3-day refresh, the 21-day fix, the 22-minute hardcore, whatever program that you're doing, planning and preparation is key. So the first thing you want to do is, obviously, right after you get your package, you want to open it up. You want to take a look at your program guide to see what you need so that you can prepare to go shopping. You should be working with a coach because that is really the way you're going to get your results. With an accountability group, your coach will provide tips and motivation. I always set up a group for my challengers for a 3-day refresh. I don't care if it's only 3 days. We're going to actually have that group for 5 days because we're going to do 2 days of planning and then 3 days we're going to walk through this. Actually, it's 6 days because then it's a follow-up day after we're all done. So what you're going to want to do is go through this, and then with the information that your coach is providing you, you'll be able to determine what your menu is, what it is that you like. The first time I did the 21-day fix, I went out and bought a ton of stuff I didn't need. I just bought a bunch of stuff to have it all. A lot of stuff ended up kind of going to waste, so I had to repurpose it for other things. I got smart when I went and did the 3-day refresh. I went through the list. My list was pretty short. Most of the stuff I was healthy foods that we're eating now anyway as part of our everyday routine. But with the 3-day refresh, I focused on the things that I like, that I knew were easy to prepare, that I knew that I could do, that were go-tos, especially when I'm busy. We're doing this now starting tomorrow. I have a meeting on Wednesday. So that means that for dinner on Wednesday, I can't just make my dinner. I prefer, even with the 21-day fix or whatever program I'm following and the 3-day refresh, to prepare my breakfast and lunch and my snacks, but then to do my dinners on the cuff. So that way John and I can decide what we feel like tonight, or maybe if I go to the market, what looks good and what we'll make that will fit into our plan. With the 3-day refresh, and in particular with this week, I'm actually planning my dinners, which I don't always do because I want the go-to. I could change my mind and make up something different on that particular night, but at least I have something ready to go to if I need it. And that's just the way that I like to do a program, especially if I'm really sticking to that program. I think you should always stick to a program. However, I don't. There are times when things happen, you end up going out to eat, this goes on, that goes on. That's life, it happens. That's okay, you just get right back on with your next meal and you're good to go. Those things flush out, they work out. So with the 3-day refresh, I'm going to take you through my day and very quickly through my 3 days. So for breakfast, I'm going to have my Shakeology, and I'm going to do that here at home. If I wanted to, I probably would take one of these, which I'm going to do just in case, you know, things get crazy and I'm late running out the door. Then I have that. It's in my bag. It's ready for me to go at the office to make my breakfast there in my little blender that I have, or just shaking it up in the cup. But I'm going to start off with my Shakeology. So breakfast is the Shakeology and fruit. I've already had now, when I wake up, my 10 ounces of water. So then I'm going to have a fruit. So I could choose a fruit that I could mix into my Shakeology, and I could mix it in there, and that would be my breakfast. Or I could do a fruit a la carte. Last time I did the refresh, I did cantaloupe. This time I'm doing watermelon. I love watermelon. I saw it. I have a package here I usually buy the watermelon, cut them up, go through all of that. I was low on time. So if you can find fresh fruits and vegetables that are packaged, that don't have preservatives in them, that are fresh, and it saves your time and makes your life easier, go for it. And that's what I did. I bought a couple of these, and so that's how I got this, these fruits, or this watermelon. So this is going to be my, for day one, that's my breakfast. And I'm going to put that in my bag. So this is my little lunch bag to go to work. So then for my mid-morning, I have to have a fiber sweep. So I'm going to make sure that I have that with me. And I'm taking my fiber sweep and I'm putting that in my bag. And then for my lunch, for day one, I've decided I wanted a salad. Now, if you know anything about me, you know that I go on a salad kick. I love salads and I go through them and then I don't like them. I can't stand them at all and I just couldn't look at another salad. And so I go through in my spurts. So what I did was I love these. It's a little salad spinner. I did some lettuce, chopped it up, very simple, put it in the salad spinner. Now it's all nice and dry. I'm going to put it in a baggie, put it in the fridge, and it's an easy, go-to for John to make a salad during the day if he wants it for lunch, or for us to do it for dinner, or actually today's Sunday, a little later we'll be having dinner, and I probably will have some of that, a nice big salad to add to our dinner. This is 2 cups of lettuce. In the 3-day refresh for vegetables, you are allowed, as far as lettuce goes, you're allowed 3 cups of lettuce. So I decided to get a little creative. I always take a little creative license in the kitchen. So instead of just eating 3 cups of lettuce, which to me would be incredibly boring, I put 2 cups of lettuce here. And then my other cup is a combination of things. You can have half of a cucumber. Now, I love these little cucumbers. These are my go-to cucumbers. So, and I'm assuming when they say a half a cucumber, it's the probably regular size cucumber. So I think I'm good with a whole one of these if I wanted, but I'm not doing that. I'm just actually going to do kind of a half of one of these. And I already cut it up and I've got it all set right here. And so I put that in here. They said for a serving of peppers, it could be, I believe, a half of a, let's see, 1 small pepper. Well, I'm not doing a small pepper, but I took 3 strips of a red bell pepper and I just cut it up to give me some additional crunch and texture to my salad. So I'm going to add that. And I'm not mixing this all up because I don't want to mix it. I want it to stay as fresh as possible. I've taken a real like to these glass containers. I do have a lot of plastic, but I tend to like the glass ones. I think they keep things fresher longer. So I do like to put the salads in the glass. And then for tomato, I think it says 1 small, let's see where they say tomato or tomato, 1 medium tomato. Well, I would say that this probably constitutes less than a medium tomato, but I'm going with it. That's 4 grape tomatoes. I'm a little fussy about my tomatoes. I either like the plum tomatoes or I like the grape tomatoes. I don't know. My dad used to have an awesome garden. Everything was all fresh, and I'm used to really fresh garden tomatoes, and we grow them now in the summer as well. But so that's what I use, and that's going to be it for my salad. To dress, this is olive oil, and I believe it's a tablespoon of olive oil. Then we go to our healthy fats. Now I could, if I wanted, add some avocado to this as my healthy fat. You could have 2 tablespoons of mashed avocado, or 2 tablespoons of hummus, and a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, and of course coconut oil or an almond butter. So I'm doing a little bit of olive oil, and I'm actually just going to put that right in there just to make it all easy. This is going to be my lunch. I'm going to cover that up. And that's going to go in my bag. And I'm going to have some lemon juice. And this is free. So I can have as much of this as I want. So as I'm having my water during the day, I can put some lemon in it if I want to. So this now is going to become my lunch. So that's going to go right in here. And my lemon's going to go in there with that. So right now we're all set for, so far, I've got breakfast and lunch. I've got my, well, no, I'm not done yet with my lunch. I'm sorry. I've got my healthy fat. I've got my vegetable, and now I need my fruit. So what am I going to have for lunch on this particular day? My fruit. Well, I think on this day I want some pineapple. And again, I bought this already pre-cut. I have a pineapple back there too that I need to actually cut up. But so this is a cup of fruit. This is a cup of pineapple. So that is going to be my lunch fruit. So that's going in my lunch bag. And then what do I have left to bring with me for the day? It's going to be a vegetable and another healthy fat. So I could take an avocado, half of that mashed, and a vegetable to go with that. On this particular day, I think I'm going to do some celery. And what I did here was I love these little cups too. I use my Tupperware and I got these. So I have 2 tablespoons of hummus. Now, this hummus I just got from the market. It's Joseph's hummus. I'm sure whatever brand you have nearby. I happen to be fortunate to live in the part of a country where we are in an area where we have Italian delis and markets, specialty markets right around the corner, and also Mediterranean ones, and they make the most awesome homemade hummus. Or you can make your homemade hummus. It's very easy to make, and I actually have all the ingredients to do it. I just don't have the time to do it. So, and I didn't have time to go to my local market, my specialty market, my little Mediterranean market, to go buy their homemade hummus, which is phenomenal. And so I ended up just picking this up at the supermarket. Again, you got to do what you need to do to make it quick and easy, because the ultimate goal here is you want results, and to get those results, you've got to plan and prepare. And to plan and prepare, you need to be able to do things that work within your schedule so that you can get it done. So you got to do what you need to do. So that is my healthy fat, and here are my celery sticks. And these, if I could find it, here we go. I'm not going to put those in a container. I'm just going to do this. Well, just grab that. 2 celery sticks. That's my vegetable serving for my afternoon snack. And I am good to go. I now have my lunch all packed and ready. This will go in the refrigerator. I'm actually going to, before I put that in the fridge, I'm going to get one of my extra shaker cups, and I'm going to put it in there to make sure that I have it, and I have it with me at the office. So if I need it for that fiber sweep, so that way I don't have to worry, because the bullet blender that I have doesn't have a cup that goes over it. So then I'm all set. That's day 1 for breakfast, lunch, snack. The next thing is day 1 for supper. Well, I don't usually, like I said, always prepare ahead, but I did this particular day. And I actually have a couple of my suppers that I'm going to have. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be having for supper all week. This is actually not going to be my day 1 supper. This is going to be my day 3 supper. I told you I had a meeting. I had something to go to on Wednesday. Well, I want to be prepped and prepared and ready, and I want to have it all easy, good to go. And it's going to be a bit of a, a time concentration there. So I want to make sure that I'm full and I'm focused. So this is going to be one of my suppers. And what this is 2 cups of spinach. It's already washed. You can always wash it again if you want. Wash it, put it through the salad spinner, dry it out really nice. But I like the baby spinach. I like the baby spinach, baby arugula. To me, it's just, I'm not too crazy about the bitter greens. Just a quick little snippet on the bitter greens, like the arugula, dandelion greens, those sort of things. When I was a kid, friends would come over, and I'm Italian. My parents were born in Italy. My siblings were all born in Italy. And so we do a lot of things homemade. Everything was, the pastas, the breads, and my mother would go outside in the yard, and she would be, we'd be outside playing and, getting ready for dinner, and some friends would be staying over for dinner. My mother would be down on the ground, and she's getting chicory and dandelion greens from the ground. And my friends would be like, "What is your mother doing?" And I'd be like, "She's getting salad." And that was like really a long time ago. I'm showing my age because that was like more than 40 years ago, maybe even close to 50 years ago, whatever. But they'd laugh, like, salad, like, really? Because we used to eat dandelion greens and chicory and arugula and all that stuff a long time ago, and now they call it the mixed greens, and everybody loves it. I've never been crazy about it. I think for me that stuff is kind of bitter, but I do like the baby arugula, and like I said, the baby spinach. So here's 2 cups of spinach. which is a recipe from the dinner recipes. It's the spinach salad. So it says 2 cups of spinach, of baby spinach or salad green, so you could use regular lettuce if you wanted to. It says a medium cucumber chopped. Again, that's not a medium. This is one of those little small ones, and I'm going to actually use the whole thing by the time I take the ends off. That's going to be perfect. And I'm not slicing it because I want it to stay as fresh as possible because I'm not having this until Wednesday. So I'm just going to put it right in there. And then here it says a half of a medium bell pepper sliced. So here is my half. This is probably a little too much as I'm looking at it. So I'm going to actually take some of this out. There we go. And I'll put that in with this extra bell pepper that I have. And then it says 1/4 cup of sprouts, like radish, alfalfa, or broccoli. Well, I didn't buy any radishes. I'm not huge on them. Alfalfa, I'm not a problem with, but I didn't see any. And I didn't get any of the little broccoli greens, but what I do have is little itty bitty stems of the broccoli florets. So I'm going to put that in here. So I'm just going to dump it, again, right here, right on top. I don't want to mix anything up yet. So there's that. And then it says, I saw tomatoes on here somewhere. A half of a medium tomato chopped. Again, I'm not chopping it, but I am putting some tomato in there. So there's some, which I think would maybe be half of a tomato, maybe a touch more, but I think we're going to be okay. And that is going to be my salad. Olive oil, that's right in there. It's ready to go. And then I'm going to have some dressing with my olive oil and the lemon. And then it recommends here pumpkin seed, raw pumpkin or sunflower seeds. I think that'll taste really good, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to put that in here too. My supper for Wednesday now is all set. I'm done. I'm good to go. Easy peasy. So there it is. And then I also am trying to keep it easy for the rest of the week. So tomorrow I want it easy. And I love beets. And the last time I did the refresh, my suppers were beets 2 nights and asparagus the other night. And so that's what I'm doing this time. A salad one night, beets and asparagus. So this is equivalent to, which it says here, that you can have for serving for vegetable of 2 medium beets. So this is going to be my supper. I'm going to, spread that out. I just left that one whole, and I did slice that one. I'm probably going to put a little, excuse me, I just want to get a paper towel here. I probably will put a little little vinegar, maybe apple cider, or actually whatever type of vinegar they recommend here. So I'll be drizzling a little bit of that over. I'm just going to look and see if I've got, or I could do lemon juice. Actually, lemon juice might sound good. That sounds good. So I may do a little bit of lemon juice over this, or some either red wine or apple cider vinegar, just to give it a little spice and a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. And that is going to be another dinner for me. So that's going to be a dinner for a second night. And then they recommend 5, or it's what you're told you're allowed to have is 5 large asparagus spears. Well, these are not large. They're pretty small, and I made them earlier because we're going to be having this with dinner tonight. So I actually doubled them up. So I figured if 2 of them could be like 1 big spear. So I've got 10 asparagus spears, and this is actually going to be my dinner for another night. You might look at that and say, oh my goodness, like that's all I'm going to have. Well, for your supper meal, you can also add, if you feel like that's not enough, a cup of vegetable broth, of organic vegetable broth. I made it the first night because I thought for sure I was going to starve. I never drank it. I made it the first night. I ended up having my beets, and I didn't want the vegetable broth. I didn't need it. I think then, like about an hour later, I made a cup of herbal tea, and that was all I had, and I made it through the first night, and it was awesome. I couldn't believe that I actually did it, and I did it the first night. And then it came the second day. I got up the second day, and I had my water, and I had my lunch ready. I got my Shakeology, got out the door, and I went through the day, came home, and that night, I believe I had beets again. And I didn't make the chicken broth, the vegetable broth, because I didn't want it. I didn't want it the night before. I didn't need it the second night. The second night I was a little grumbly, but not bad. I don't think I had any tea that night. I was fine. Third night, or the third day, did the same thing, and that night I had the asparagus. And I think it was that night I was a little edgy. I really just wanted to eat something. I don't even remember what my husband was eating, but I know he was having regular meals, and I think he might have actually ordered pizza one night. And I was kind of like, but I did it, and I stuck with it. 3 days, that's all it takes. 3 days, you could lose at least, I would say, 3 pounds. Again, you've got to stick to it. You've got to follow the program. I mean, it meets you, it's got to meet you where you're at, and where, you know, in terms of what you're willing to do to prepare and plan and to follow it specifically. But if you do, I'm sure that you're going to get results, and you will get much better results if you work with your coach, if you stay accountable and participate in your accountability group, because there you're going to find a lot of support and motivation, helpful and healthy tips to get you through. So that, my friends, is basically the 3-day refresh. I have my, actually, because I figured I'm just going to do it all, I have my snacks, my lunches, I have everything all set and ready to go. Actually, not my lunches. I have all my snacks and the stuff to go with my lunches. I only need to prepare 2 more lunches. And because I told you I'm not big on the salads, I probably will have beets for lunch on one of those days. And then maybe I'll do asparagus on the opposite day. Or I might do a salad again on the 3rd day for lunch. Another salad, just like the one I packed here. So this is really simple. It didn't take me more than probably about half an hour to 45 minutes. And that was mostly because I was trying to do this to show you. So it doesn't take long to put this all together, especially if you come home from the market with stuff that's prepackaged, that's fresh prepackaged, no preservatives, because you don't want to be putting that stuff into your body. But that's it. Any questions, you can reach me at lindasousa.com. You can find me on Facebook under Linda Sousa, or you can just check out my blog. That's on lindasousa.com as well, or check out Joy in the Journey. Oh, and I think you just might have caught a glimpse of our little shadow there. Her name is Silver. Call her Silver Bell. She's about 19 years old, and she's a feral cat that I've had since she was a kitten. And so she might have just come out to make a very brief appearance. She's a little camera shy, but obviously I'm not. So have a great day.